All right, guys, so tonight should be the night for the easy A details of LR Ultimate Gohan and LR Orange Piccolo. These two have been just sitting there waiting for their Extreme Z Awakenings. People have been long awaiting these to happen, and they're finally actually happening, which is so absurdly just like insane to think that this Power Awakening Piccolo especially is getting an easy A because of how long he was good for. I mean, this guy was good leading into 2024. He came out at the end of 2022, keep in mind. This character was one of Dokkan's best characters released of all time, and now he's getting an easy A where he could very well be reclaiming his throne. Like, I would not be surprised if this guy's like easy top 5 character in the game when he comes out with his Extreme Z Awakening. But we also do have LR Ultimate Gohan. Now, this guy on release was a little bit of a disappointment for many people, including myself. Was not really the biggest fan, but ever since this guy's release, I've always said, hey, this guy is prime easy A material though, because a lot of these parts of his kit could easily be fixed with an easy A if they just take the step up. 1 key per key sphere obtained, make that 2 key. Every super attack performed to make that every attack performed. This additional make it a guaranteed super. Then this make it guaranteed crits. Give him like 580% attack when losing the active score or something crazy like that. Make this guy like stack attack. Like this guy could be insane as well. Give him damage reduction in his kit. Like, he has a key blast nullification. Don't sleep on how good this Ultimate Gohan could be. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Orange Piccolo, especially because of his giant form. The superheroes team is in a really good spot right now. You know, if we just talk about everything that's come on the past year, we have the Easy LR Gods that are still really good. The LR Blue Goku plus Vegeta is really good. Vegeta and Trunks can be very useful in long fights. Gogeta, the Gogeta side of the Golden Frieza plus Gogeta card, we have all the new 4 superhero characters so far. Even Android 17 technically is on here, though he doesn't really fit this team because you won't have enough androids. Or actually, you actually could fit this guy on the team in a sense, I guess. Like if you run a rotation of Gohan plus Gamma 1, this guy, and then Gamma 2 and Orange Piccolo plus this Piccolo, I mean, then you have the 17 floating. He is actually supporting. You will have you should be able to have enough androids characters on the team pretty much. You know, if you're running Gohan plus Gamma 1 as your leader, that'll be, and then the easy A Gammas. Yeah, actually you could definitely run this guy on this team, the superheroes team, and he'd actually be a pretty good character. So that's not a bad option actually, because again, I mean, realistically you'll be running these 4 plus Orange Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan, but you know, maybe you want to sub out, maybe you sub out this guy and you run Android 17 and you still have the 4 androids this guy needs for him to have a full passive. But anyway, superheroes in a good spot, allowing Orange Piccolo to get his giant form. He has damage reduction built in already. He has a heal in his back pocket. This guy's doing quite a bit, but we gotta wait and see what Ultimate Gohan might do as well, because again, this guy could be a monster. I really think that this guy could truly be a monster, because one of the issues with this guy on release is that he didn't really have a good linking partner. But now we have this guy that exists. This character actually links with him quite well as well. Then we also have this guy who is still decently usable. I mean, make this Gohan, if he gives like 10% damage reduction to like superheroes characters or something stupid like that. I don't know if he would actually do that, but I mean, any like massive support buff that this Ultimate Gohan could give would increase this guy's value by a ton, a lot, right? And the fact that this guy has a actual slot 1 partner with the AGL Ultimate Gohan plus Gamma 1, like these links that they're sharing is crazy. Like, this is gonna be a very good partnership for this guy, because one of his issues, again, like I said earlier, he didn't have those guys. Excuse me, his best linking partner was pretty much like you would use Tech Ultimate Gohan, but at the same time, like, this guy wants superheroes allies. You had the Int Pan, but didn't really share a lot of links with her. So I think, you know, linking wise, it's looking a lot better for this guy compared to what it was on release. And, you know, Orange Piccolo, I think having an actual Piccolo linking partner could be really huge for him as well. So we'll see exactly what happens. I mean, the Piccolo plus Gamma 2 do link really well with him, of course. But outside of that, you might have to use, like, I guess, Daima Piccolo, which, you know, they do link pretty decently well. But this guy probably still won't have a lot of partners that'll work too well with him. I wonder if they'll give this guy, again, if we're looking at it here, what I would like to change for this guy pretty much is make this damage reduction 50% baseline damage reduction, make his guard last for at least 5 turns, make this, you know, just like starter turn stats higher. After receiving an attack, he gives all allies key 2. What if he gives all allies key 2 and then like 30% attack and defense, and it's a multiplicative buff that he gets like that? He will be building up, of course. Maybe if this is, I mean, if they want to be nice, every attack received or evaded would be really huge for this guy. I think that'd just be nice, you know, in case you want to build a dodge build with him. Probably an additional somewhere in his kit, I would assume that he would get. I mean, if they want to go crazy, they can make this guy a defensive stacker. Like, make him stack defense and make this ultimate Gohan stack attack. And that would make this Piccolo look really, really, really powerful. On top of that, maybe this could, like, what if this has some sort of separate activation? Like, you know, or just like make it a lot easier. When HP is 58% or less after he receives 5 attacks, like what if that's the change? Then he gets a HP recovery, and then maybe some additional stats or something. I think the issue with this is that it was always in his back pocket, but you're never able to really see it, right? But if they make the damage reduction baseline, I think that'd be really huge. Maybe they could give I don't know, something for being in slot 1 or slot 2 could also be another thing. I think that this Piccolo, he has a lot of potential to be really good, especially because the giant form is just by itself going to just be super strong with being able to cancel out enemy super attacks and just resetting the turn to where you're completely safe, even if this guy's not on slot 1. Like, that's just going to be such a massive thing that this Orange Piccolo will be able to provide on turn 3 and beyond. Now, Ultimate Gohan, I think he needs to be a very powerful offensive character. I think that they're probably not going to make this guy like a slot 1 demon, just like God. Especially since we have the AG Ultimate Gohan. I assume that is what his role will be. Whereas this guy, I think, needs to be all out in damage. Make this guy like hit like 100 mil attack stats. Like, honestly, this guy needs to be really powerful. Of course, we still need some defense. He needs to be very strong post super attack, I would say, but I'm not really worried about this guy being a slot 1 character because, again, we have SDR Gamma 1, we have this LR Orange Piccolo right here, we have the Gohan plus Gamma 1. Like I said, we're good on like slot 1 characters for the superheroes team, so this guy doesn't even necessarily have to be like that. They could push full damage in this guy, and I think that would be really good for him. You know, an ability that I saw this Gohan have, where is he? The Worldwide Celebration 2024 Gohan. This guy gets stats for every attack performed, but he also will get an additional attack buff for every super attack performed of the turn. Imagine this guy has like double super attacks, then this 77% attack, or like even like 120% attack for every super performed in the turn. Imagine it's something like, or 50% attack for 3 turns for every super performed. Then you stack up that attack, he stacks attack in his super attack effects, and his active skill just like hits like a massive freight train, just like boom, and he's, that could be really crazy. The active skill itself won't change, but it does have a disable enemy action, which could be really good against super attacks like Bio Broly. That's a fight that people are really scared of. This guy could potentially just be like, yeah, no, actually, you're not gonna super me. It's situational, but you know, it could definitely happen. This guy could be very useful, I think, and what I think we need more in this game is more damage based characters, which is very funny. But these bosses have a lot of HP now, and I feel like a lot of these characters are aimed more of a defensive kind of setup, but you still need that at least like 1 or 2 offensive characters on your team to actually push you through the events, right? You can't just go full turtle mode anymore like you used to in the past. You definitely want some damage, which you know, these superhero characters like active skill turns, they could do multiple 100 mil attack stats. That's what I want to see from this Ultimate Gohan at a consistent level. Just maybe obviously turn 1 he's not going to do like that level of damage, but he needs to at least build up to that level of damage where he's actually doing insane numbers. Maybe even if it's specifically on his active skill turn that he does that massive amount of damage. Like, I don't know, they could figure something else out, but I could see this guy do some crazy things. And he has a pretty good leader skill, honestly, right now. Like, hybrid Saiyans and superheroes, if this guy's good enough, you could theoretically run him as a leader yourself. Or even this Piccolo. Battle Wits is not a crazy leader skill, but it does have some potential options that you could kind of toy around with, like Glorio or even Tech Vegito in some certain situations. Probably not Ejo Trunks, but you know. Especially though, superheroes plus hybrid Saiyans. I mean, that's just a crazy team. I mean, this guy is only leading movie heroes and not superheroes. So again, for example, by running this guy as a leader, you could actually put the LR Blues on the team compared to this character who you can't put the LR Blues on the team. I mean, it would be crazy if this guy is that good and you run him as a leader for superheroes just because he does so much damage. You have like one of them on each rotation, then you have like the Blues slot one rotation, and then Gohan plus Gamma 1 on the other rotation. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I think that this guy has a lot of potential to be crazy, even in comparison to Orange Piccolo. So keep a lookout at him. It's kind of like the main point I wanted to make here. But we do know that the details should be tonight because tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time is the maintenance for the next version update, which will bring the Mirror Leader update, which is really good. But the maintenance ends right as the superhero details or EZAs drop in game. So again, I think the 13th, 12 a.m. Pacific time, EZAs drop in game. So I think 24 hours before, we should get the details just like we did with the Gammas. I don't think that they would wait right before the data download to drop the details. I think they're coming up tonight. So very, very exciting. And I will, of course, have a video on that once they're actually out. But I actually almost forgot to make this video. I made a Bio Broly kind of discussion earlier, but this one I definitely want to talk about because I have a lot to say and I have a lot of aspirations for what they could do with this character. I did ask Twitter for the final predictions on the EZAs. I think I got some quote tweets, so let's take a look here. All right, Munch, you have a concept here, and we will take a look at some of these concepts as well. So you have one for Ultimate Gohan and Power Awakening Piccolo. Let's see. You also have some stat numbers. So what are we looking like here? Raises attack in the 12 key, 100% defense on the 12 key as well. Colossal damage with a 30% chance to stun. Then you gave him a 50% attack and defense stack on the 18 key, which I think would be fair too. Mega colossal damage and a debuff. I think Ultimate Gohan. Oh yeah, he does debuff on his 18 key, huh? Okay, that's really good. Having that debuff is nice. So, activist interest in mission. There's a bottom parent child category ally. Yeah, basically what I would expect. Key 4, 100% attack, and defense, and then guards. Honestly, that key is super helpful. He does not have key there. I think giving him that key would be very useful. 220% attack and defense, 2 keeper keys are obtained, effective against all types, 35% reduction, and then he gives superhero characters 40% supports. When you're receiving an attack, defense 150% and an additional 10% reduction. And then all allies get a 20% chance to crit for 2 turns. Then you're giving him up to 240% multiplicative attack, an additional 40% reduction after attacking, and then key 4 up to 8. So this 10% reduction is once only. So you're giving him 75% reduction once he's fully built up. For the first 5 turns, he has guardians. That would be pretty crazy if they do that. And he has quite a bit of multiplicative attack here. So with 20 key or more, an additional super guaranteed. All allies get key 1, 20% attack, and another 12% chance to crit for 2 turns. When using the active skill, when attacking with 24 key, guarantee crit, another additional super, another 5% reduction, so 80% reduction after attacking. Then all allies get 12% chance to crit for 2 turns again. So I mean, he's giving so much crit support here in this concept. I guess to be fair, this is once only buff, but 24% chance to crit basically, and it would be a 44% chance to crit for the first 2 turns, huh? 50% attack temporarily on the active skill, Against a Key Blast Super, he has the one-time 100% nullification and a high chance of nullifying. I mean, this would be pretty good. Let's see what his numbers would be. So, 55%. You got 55%. No, attack's not 100%. 55% attack from links. My bad. I misread that. So, let's see. Fully built up, 46 mil with, you know, 2 stacks from the Ultra Super and 1 stack from the 4 stacks from the Super Attack 12 key. 46 mil to 30 mil to 31 mil. I would say maybe we could see even higher numbers, honestly. Like, these are good numbers for the guaranteed crits, but could we see higher? We could see higher. They could get this guy more damage. Now, defensively, this guy is looking very, very strong with guard and 80% reduction. But as good as this is, I think it's not necessary to have this much guard and damage reduction as a slot 2 character. Like, I don't know if this sounds crazy, but you could probably take off a bit of damage reduction. I guess after his intro, 4 mil with 80% reduction, that's like good. But I don't know, as a slot 2 character, I don't know. And he's stacking defense as well. And usually in those fights, like, he'll have a lot of extra, you know, defense from those stacks. I'm not crazy to say, like, imagine like this guy hitting like 70, 80 mils. Like, once he's fully built up. And then like 50, 60 mils in the 12 key. That's what I want to see from this guy as a damage character, because I'm viewing this Ultimate Gohan as like a damage-based character. That's what I would like to see from him, but what is your Orange Piccolo concept looking like here? Again, very similar, except he is actually not stacking. 100% attack and defense raise for 3 turns would be crazy if they do give him that. We'll skip through this a little. Same intro. 60% baseline reduction. All ally support. Then bottom master and Sable get another 20% there. I do like the ones, like the ones kind of activation for like the first turn to get extra reduction. I think that's really huge. Allowing this guy to build up. Yeah, every attack received or evaded. Defense when receiving an attack. Critical hit chance building up. Extra multiplicative stacks. He will always guard as the first attacker, even after the intro runs out. Launches an additional super attack, and then look at this. Yeah, when HP is 50% or less, after receiving or evading 4 more attacks, they could just give him all of this. 100% attack when attacking, guaranteed crits, another 10% reduction. Rainbow keys for changing and fully recovers HP once only. I mean, that could make this guy really, really powerful. And we look at his stats. I mean, yeah, he's doing more. Well, he's not doing more damage as Ultimate Gohan because Ultimate Gohan has the extra additional, but defensively, he's looking really good there. Look at that with his intro, 7 mil with guard and 30% reduction. It would be absolutely insane. I wonder if they'll give like Orange Piccolo some sort of ability where he's immune to like status effects. Like, you know, there's some characters, like I think Android 6, that like very old Android 16, which by the way, I think they should have given this Android 16 like immune to status effects because he's an Android. I think that would be really cool. That would have been really cool for this guy to avoid like him from being stunned or, you know, sealed or anything like that. I think that would have been really nice, but I wonder if they'll ever give that to another character outside of like an active skill, because AG Ultimate Gohan and Gamma 1 have that, which, you know, they should have given that to Android 16. They should have. That would have been real nice. But good concepts overall. You think Gohan will have a permanent guard, 10% reduction per super up to 40%, extra attack for the first 6 turns, and extra attack and active skill specifically. Orange Piccolo with permanent guard, 10% reduction per hit up to 60%. Well, he already has 20% like baseline, so this would be changed a little bit, I guess. Permanent 20% reduction when below 50% HP, then extra defense for the first 6 turns. This is just guesses of what they're doing. So Piccolo top 3 and best aging for a long time. Gohan top 5 round. Piccolo will also age very nicely. Basically the LR versions like Gamma 1 and 2, but even better. Funny enough, I think I would argue Gamma 2 is better than Gamma 1. Just like overall as a character, but it's close between these two. Gamma 1 obviously as a slot 1 character is filling a more important role in a sense, but Gamma 2 is just doing everything else better, is he not? He's better damage wise. I think post super defense, this guy is like probably going to be more likely to live through, you know, not even just power creep, but he has the high chance to dodge. He has the nullification for Key Blast supers. He still has 40% reduction. I mean, he's also providing damage reduction to Gamma 1. I think this guy is super, super important. Gamma 2 is really good. Let's take a look here at some of the comments, though. That would be good as Mina is cute. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Okay, another concept here. But I'll read the concept at the end. Let's see some of these here. Piccolo reclaims his throne. I mean, that could be the title for the videos. Who knows? You're feeling it? Piccolo's going to be top 1 again. Are you feeling it? Yeah, Mr. Krabs. He could be. It's not impossible. He has stuff in his kit that'll allow him to look good. Let's take a look here at what these concepts are doing, though. Just like a quick scan here, because I don't want to read too much, because my throat is kind of still like a little. So guards for 5 turns, key 3 and 200% for 5 turns. This is like a little tough to read here. I mean, from what I see, 50% reduction plus guard, an additional super attack with that 50% chance to be another super. Oh, interesting. So you're adding conditions here. When there's a Piccolo on the team, or all allies or superheroes with bottom parent child, give him extra reduction before attacking, which would be good for AoEs, or if you put him in slot 1, I guess. It gives a lot of support here. Then, oh, interesting. 77% attacking defense at the start of each attacking turn, huh? Okay. That's just like passive stacking. As a second or third attacker on the turn launches an additional super. 200% defense when attacking with double more key. Builds up to 200%. Ooh, extra reduction for every super attack performed in the turn. I think I would like that actually for this going. Like if he has like a baseline 58% reduction, but then he gets like 5% extra damage reduction per super he does in the turn, that could be really interesting. Okay. And then obviously he has, oh, interesting. If he receives a Key Blast super, not only does he have the great chance to nullify it, guaranteed against Android or super bosses, but you said he would guard for the rest of the turn after doing that. I think that could be really cool. Again, that's why I like seeing concepts, because there's like so many interesting things, like, you know, extra reduction for Piccolo turn 1. Then this Gohan kind of support, giving him stacking, or, you know, full superheroes of Bottom Master Disciple rotation as well. And then from there, this guy again looks somewhat similar to Gohan, except being more of a slot 1 and 2 character. When receiving an unarmed super attack, guards all attacks for the rest of the turn. I mean, that makes sense for what we saw for him against Gamma too, right? And that'd be really good. And then you change his condition at 50% or less after receiving 5 attacks. People really want to see this condition change. It could be really powerful, for sure. Then I don't really care about what this guy does, honestly. Like, as long as he just does decent things. But the most important thing about Orange Piccolo, Tech Orange Piccolo, is that his giant form will cancel the supers and things like that. I mean, this looks good. OP will be top 1 and slot 1 demon with phase 2 support when receiving an attack. Again, that would be really crazy if he does get that phase 2 support. And I could see that happening. His giant form will be the hardest thing in the game. I don't know. Ultimate Gohan will be top 2 to 5. People have Gogeta 4 or higher level damage and will have a ton of defense post super with a decent amount of reduction. I could see that. Okay. These are weird characters because these are the only time that New Year's have been LRs. And these are, like, at the same time, special characters where it's like, we see some of these worldwide characters, like, you know, Namegoku and Frieza. They're easy, and they're not specifically like, you know, oh, they're easy top 5, or they're really overpowered, mega strong, you know, lasting for multiple months and years. These guys could be different, though, because, I don't know, I feel like these devs love superhero, bro. These devs love superhero. They love superhero, dude. Gohan top 3, drowning a key and dodge. Dodge, huh? I guess they could make Gohan a major dodge character. We'll get some form of attack stacking or massive multiplier on active. OP will get toned down, but still top 10 at large as a defensive stat bump. Maybe 10% extra reduction, more attack and super. Gohan, you want him to be number 1. If Piccolo gets sacrificed, to accept it since he had his run. Okay. Sure. I don't know. I think both of them should be good. That's just me, though. They're going to smack Current Dawn to go ahead and make that beast active top 4. They're going to dip more support in Piccolo's chip Remove the HP condition for his extra reduction. Imagine. And then his full heal under 40% that can activate twice. I mean, imagine a 2 times full heal. I don't know. I think that'd be too much. But a lot of people are excited about this character. I think there's a lot we could say about them, but let me know what you guys are thinking. Easy details I expect later tonight. I'm gonna just push this video out instantly, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.